incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Here we go. Mighty. 11 Thomas. 11.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Here we go.
3rd and just 2 to go. Going right side, Robinson with it. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Milton. He's throwing deep to the left side. They connect on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So flip the field, folks. It's 1st and 10 inside of enemy territory now.
Go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 29. He's on the move. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Saints take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Gun, gun. Stop. Stop.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he'll do what he can. That carry gets to the 35. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Let's get set. Eleven. Stop.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go. Stop.
Throwing now, off play action. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Panthers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it sets up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he drives this forward to the 6. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Go!
Milton back to throw. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up third and goal.
Well, you're getting a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical third down call.
So now, here's third and goal. Throwing from the gun. And he drops it in the end zone. The look was there on third down, but instead it's incomplete.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
Fourth and goal, tie game. Milton now. And it's cut in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers parlay the interception into points. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Here we go.
Man in motion here. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
Looking to throw, Burrow. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there. Looking for the back that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
On third down, here's Burrow. This one taken in by Baker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Saints working here.
On one, ready?
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go, here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT.
They've got a man in motion. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage. It sets up your play action. You keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Gun. Got.
Burrow from the gun. Odunze's got it, right side. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Burrow dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know coordinator quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
12.
They'll run it from the gun. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by Reek Woolen. We have a timeout here, 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
On 1, ready?
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done?
11, mighty.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Hits him on the out route. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
12.
4th down, Burrow. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
He's got it at the 30. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. One final shot before halftime. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers will extend their lead as time expires in the half. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room, some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
11 MT, 11 MT.
They'll run here from the gun. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He's going deep. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lays out left side and gets it. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
First down, Howell. Trying for the deep ball. Big gain downfield. Touchdown, New Orleans. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hawk 7, 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And the Saints grab it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
On 1, ready?
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Gun. 12, 12, 12.
Handoff now out of the gun. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Let's get set.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
Robinson on the inside give. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow to the air now. Hits his running back. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Looking to throw. He connects downfield on 4th. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets them 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first.
Here we go. Got it.
They'll try and punch it in. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Only one on the carry, so that's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
One, ready?
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Thomas. That.
Throwing is Burrow. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints tie this game at 21. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They go play action here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Handoff now from the gun. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. To throw, Milton. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Saints will get set to take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They send the tight end in motion left. Burrow setting up the play action. He lets a heater go deep. That's complete inside the 35. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints need only one to take the lead. Javon Baker with the touchdown. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Milton. Escapes the pocket. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
2nd and 10 now. Gets this one to Watson. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action on 1st down. He's got a man left. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Milton back to throw. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
79 Broncos.
Milton finds his man over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll throw it again. Has him on the quick hitter. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now Milton to throw. It's cut right side by Watson. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Motioning the tight end now. Complete out to the right side. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
From the 27. Watson with the catch. And he's going to end up out of bounds, which will end our third quarter. So we're through 3 here. The Panthers have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Working inside the red zone. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Ready.
Throwing it again here. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Saints are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know I'm nitpicking a little bit here, Kate, but if they could have held off just another second before making contact, they may have driven this QB right into the end zone, and we know what that would have meant. Well, 2 points and the defense ignited.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Gun. Cut. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Right up the gut. And he's not going to escape. They could not get the push they needed. That's going to be a safety. You know, generally down around your own end zone, you're thinking less of driving the length of the field. Initially, you're just trying to buy some space and prevent a safety.
This is called situational football. You work on it all through training camp, right? It's not just a 2-minute drill. This can be equally important. Just get that 1st down. Just get out of the shadow of your own goal line. Well, the defense wasn't having it.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. Here's Milton. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing from the gun here. This one falls incomplete. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And now it's 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Milton now. Taking his shot. Deep down the field it goes. And they pick him off again by a man, and now he's in the clear. And the Saints are going to have it, and he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
A tight end in motion now. Running it now out of the gun. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Putting a receiver in motion. He's going deep this time. They connect on the deep shot. It's a New Orleans touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
Cut out left. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Let's go. They go play action on first. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Go! 70 range, 70 range, check go!
2nd and 6 now. Complete on the slant to Watson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers now within 1 score in the 4th. Christian Watson with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go. 11 mighty, 11 mighty. Cut!
The give now out of the shotgun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. on me. 11 MT, Tate. 11 MT. 12, 12, 12. Stop.
They give it to him again. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Looks like a pickup of 2, and now they've got 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Stop.
He's back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
To throw, Milton. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more.
Yet another interception, and that could be what does it. And the Saints take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
This is a lonely place, and I don't know how many walking the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an Apple Cup, and it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today, and I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one.
Here we go. 11 MT, Tate. 11 MT. Stop.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
I'm fine, ready?
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Here's Howell, 1st and 10. He lets one fly deep downfield. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, New Orleans. As he naps another touchdown, Brock, I gotta ask you, the former QB, is this a point where all the other guys who haven't scored or only have 1 touchdown today are coming over you and saying, bro, why aren't you looking for me? Throw me the football.
They may be saying it, but it's a little more of a look, Kate. Like, really? I mean, can I eat too? Do I get an opportunity to sit at the table? But when you got the rapport these two have right now and the confidence and the timing, boy, you look him up every chance you get.
McPherson set to kick off.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Launches one, and that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Gun.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand if thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road for what looked like a very plain play.
Let's get set.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
11. Done.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Crosses the 35. Room for more. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
He brings the offense up now for a first and 10.
Here we go. Done.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go. Done.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Has his man. It's a Dunze. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline.
And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag.
Here we go.
Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this first and goal. Slot man in motion left.
Done.
Burrow out of the shotgun. The throw is caught.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Now it's second and goal from the 1.
11, Thomas. Done.
They'll send him up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints make it a 3-score game in the 4th. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go.
Now Milton to throw. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Kamari Lassiter with the pick.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Here we go, here we go.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Back.
Burrow setting up the play action. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face 2nd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. They decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown, the knee it out. Either way, this one's over. So this a win on the road for the Saints. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. So for my part,